Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Righto, don't worry about the red eyes today, entertainment only. Didn't sleep terribly well last night, woke up this morning feeling like I just want to burst into tears, and I am not a crier. I'm just going to put it out there. I tend to disassociate and then go through the motions if something needs to happen. I'm not a crier, but all today I've just felt like I just absolutely want to burst into tears. And talking to my daughter, she says yes, for some reason for the last few days she's been incredibly angry for no reason. And I'm just going to point out, yes, my eyes are really red because part of what I did this morning was I wasn't looking, got some moisturiser, rubbed them all into my eyes because they were a little bit dry, and then sat there for the next half hour, 45 minutes or whatever going, why are my eyes so stinging? My eyes are stinging so badly. Oh, and there's a cat escaping up the hallway. And I went and had a look, and I'd actually rubbed liquid soap into them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Things are just really strange today. If you are feeling the same, let me know. I have posted a lot of bits and pieces on my post section that you guys might find really interesting. Go to the pink circle or maighstirtarot under any video. Click on that, it'll take you to the main page and you'll find the post section. And I do apologise, there are spam bots galore at the moment. I will never ask you for money. I do not have a WhatsApp account. I will not recommend any books about manifestations or anything along those lines. If I do recommend a book, I will hold the book up to you on the video and actually recommend it that way. So please, please, please be aware that the bots are there. I am dealing with them. Feel free to report them. I just click on the three dots to the side and report them as fake or spam or whatever you like to choose as your flavour of the day. I do ask that you don't actually reply to them because then I have to remove your replies before I report them because I don't want any of you guys getting caught up with the reporting, blocking, etc. Not quite sure how that all works. And speaking about not sure how all things work, algorithms, news came through on my feeds today that Alison, who I did a reading on, I think it was last week, and crossed my path, and I was feeling very, creeped out by him. He owns 40% of Oracle, was the CEO, stepped down from the CEO of Oracle, owns 40%. He is a MAGA supporter, was very briefly the wealthiest man in the world, took over Musk, and the rumour is out that Oracle is going to buy TikTok. Oh boy, another propaganda outlet. We're running out of places to go. Okay, so just be aware that that's on the cards at the moment. YouTube is censoring, is closing in the censoring walls, but I will be here as long as I can. What was the other news? Okay, well, apparently Shady, the Vice President of the United States, apparently has spare time on his hands to hop onto a hate-filled podcast and absolutely spew vile stuff about revenge and untruths, etc. Oh my goodness, what on earth is this world coming to? But we know what it's coming to, and we know why he's doing this. I talked about this last week. For exactly the same reason why he sent Air Force 2 to pick up Kirk's body, for the same reason why apparently he carried the coffin, etc., because he is trying to win over the Kirk supporters. I said it yesterday. Stay out of the way. There is going to be a massive turf war in regards to this between the MAGAs, the Kirks, the Fuentes, you name it. Just stay out of the way. Don't put anything on social media. Don't post memes to do anything in regards to what is happening. Because we're reaching this culmination, and I think this is why I'm feeling like I want to cry. And I'm just going to put out there, I am hoping and praying with every fibre of my being that Tyler is not Harvey Lee Oswald. He was taken out in what is suspected, rumoured conspiracy theory to be a shut 'em up hit, because he was the guy that was charged with the Grassy Knoll event back in the 1960s, and it allowed the investigation to be very neatly tied up in a bow and presented, despite the fact that a lot of the information coming out didn't add up about, angles and positions and who did what. So I am really, really hoping for Tyler's sake that he is not Oswald. There's a lot of conflicting information coming out there, supposed official reports that then get retracted and replaced with other official reports, and one of them, the latest, is that Tyler's DNA was on the towel that was around the implement that was found in the woods. So much of that does not add up, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was just hair or something along those lines. There are reports coming out that his father was, Tyler's father was a sheriff. No, he wasn't. There is a sheriff of that same name. His father, I believe, installed kitchen cabinets and was very weapon orientated. Possibly if his, and I know there were photos of Tyler with weapons, but I mean the family that he was in, his grandmother's come out and said he didn't like, wasn't really interested in the weapons, but a young man with his father, possibly posing to appease his father. And his father may, being quite religious, may have found out that Tyler was something he didn't approve of. I don't know, I'm just speculating there, but my guide said the other week, they said to not believe what comes out. I didn't know what it was going to be about, but here we are. Now, what am I going to have a look on in this first reading? Where on earth do I start? I might start with, there's so much. As I said, I'm going to say turn the telly off and even turn us readers off if you need a break, because we are carrying a load. We too need some time off as well. I'm going to take some time off towards the end of next week. I just feel like by then it's going to be okay for me to just take a couple of days off beyond the weekend. But I'm going to use the Runic Tarot, and I want to have a look at what I'm being drawn to first. So today I'm going to have a look at Harris with her book tour. I'm going to have a look at Comey, Maureen Comey suing the DOJ. I'm going to have a look at the US military officers in Belarus overseeing the Belarus-Russian military exercises. What are they doing there? Oh my goodness. And hang on, I'll just pause you for a second. Sorry about that. That was Spotty. Spot, the dog. Spot has mouth cancer in the upper section of his mouth, and it's starting to impinge into his navel cavity. And every so often he ends up struggling to breathe through his nose. So I think he's worked out how to actually breathe. We were going to take him to the vets for the vet to sort of sedate him and have a look to see whether there was anything they can sort of cauterize or polyp off or anything like that. But he's since worked out how to actually breathe around it. It just catches him out every so often. Okay, so what am I going to look at? The military officers in Belarus. I mean, my guides did say a long time ago, entertainment only, that the orange twerp would try by hook or by crook to get US military boots. I couldn't be sure whether it was boots on the ground or not. I don't think he's going to get boots on the ground, but something to do with the US military working for the Kremlin. And as I'm splitting the deck, there is some huge news that is going to come out that is going to bring about the end, the downfall end. Huge inflammatory news, fiery news that's going to absolutely bring about the end. But I'm not going to read on that just yet. What I'm going to have a look at in this very first reading is the US military in the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you like to pronounce it. Apparently, they have destroyed another boat without any evidence. The claims of the evidence is, well, just look at the flotsam that's floating. That looks like bags of drugs to me. Feel free to scoop some of them up and test them, but no, they don't do that. But what's happened, so they've taken out a second boat, which violates international law. So I hope these people that are involved in this take a good look at what happened during the Nuremberg trials. The media have said there's no comment coming out of Venezuela. Maduro had said a couple of days earlier that all communications between Venezuela and the US have ceased because there's no point. And apparently the US military is using Puerto Rico as its base. Not to be mistaken, I did question Eric Prince, but then I looked it up and he's in Haiti, of all places, so not Puerto Rico. Now, what has happened is that the member of the US military is reporting that this boat was taken out on the orders of the Orange Twerp, and the Orange Twerp confirmed, well, it's not the Orange Twerp, I'm just going to say it wasn't the Orange Twerp, it was probably Miller on Untruth Social, confirming that they were the one that ordered this vessel be taken out. Oh, in huge violation of international law. Huge violation of international law that will be investigated. But so much corruption at the moment. We've got here the Five of Pentacles on the bottom, and we've got the Chariot, which was my card of the military. The Five of Pentacles is very much about out in the cold, abandoned, betrayed. And this looks like, if you have a look at this card here, it looks like a fight that was lost. Absolutely a fight that they cannot win. So I'm really hoping that those in the military who undertake these illegal actions perhaps lawyer themselves up fairly shortly. Okay. Problem is the regime that is in at the moment, and it's not, I mean, the Orange Twerp was the puppet head. Vance is setting himself up to be the head. Vance is, setting himself up to be the head, the Tower card, bringing it all down. And this is part of why he's trying to appeal to the Kirk followers. Oh my goodness, it's such a mess. There is this vibe, this feel from those in the ranks that they are untouchable and they are going to be in power until the end of days. And we know that that's not right. That's not what is going to happen. So what is going to happen what's going to be the outcome of the US military? Okay, I'm going to ask about those that actually press the button, the military themselves. How's this going to end for them? They've taken out a second boat in international waters with no evidence. I mean, they might have been guilty on the boat, but nobody knows. Come on down, let's have a look. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right. How's it going to go for those in the military? Right, the Hanged Man. Are they going to pause for thought? One would hope so. I mean, they do have the right not to follow an illegal order. Perhaps start looking at things differently. The actual rune on the chest of this guy here is the rune symbol for defense. It's about trustworthiness, reliability, strength, and defense. So this is perhaps the military starting to look at things a bit differently. Gosh, I hope so, fingers crossed. There's something here that's being stopped, looked at differently, being paused. Wow. Okay. So how's it going to go for the military that's in the Caribbean? Oh gosh. The challenge is something coming to an end. Now, this ending card, I always, when I say it, and you'll hear me say it every single time, reminds me so keenly of one of the near-end scenes of Raiders of the Lost Ark when the Nazis pulled back the lid of the Ark of the Covenant in their lust for power and glory and all the rest of it, and they end up getting desiccated to dust. An ending. 2 major arcana. So how's this going to go for the military who actually pressed the button? Holy crumbs. I actually do feel like bursting into tears right now. Yeah, the devil. The energy that they're stewing in at the moment is the energy of the devil, but there is this investigation that will occur. Investigation. I did look up to see where the USS Nimitz was. I believe it's still in the Middle East. Oh boy, in the past, another major arcana. Now, if you're wondering why I say, my goodness, major arcana, it's a deck of 72 cards, something like that. 78 cards, I can never remember how many cards. 78 cards. 78 cards, 22 of them are major arcana. So what's that? 22, 44, 66, 88, nearly only a third of them are majors. Sorry, not even a third of them, nearly a quarter of them are majors. And yet we've got 4 of them straight out, which means this is really take notice. In the past, we have the bison in the room, the hidden secrets that are being revealed, the hidden agenda that everybody can see, but perhaps not yet talking about. Holy dooly. Okay. And how about we round it out with yet another? The Justice card. Actions having consequences is the energy crowning over this. Actions will have consequences. Boy, do I feel like swearing. I'm talking about the military here. I'm hoping they are starting to question these orders because we've got this hanged man here. The secrets being revealed, the hidden agenda, the untalked about secrets is in the past, and it is challenged by this Ark of the Covenant, Nazi ending of power, etc. The energy that they're stewing in is we've got the devil with the investigator here at the bottom. Now, does this mean the military are going to be investigated, or are they starting to look closely or closer to the devil that is giving these orders? And the orange twerp has said clearly, it wasn't him. Okay, thank you. It wasn't him, but it was attributed to him that the order came from him. We know that he didn't write that post. This is far out. Okay, I just got told this is part of the shift in power. Right. So whoever wrote that post is on Team Shady. I'm just going to say that they're not on Team Felon. Right. Do we dare see what the next card is? The Six of Pentacles. Oh, thank goodness it's not a major. The immediate future is the warmongering, banging on the shields, but throwing somebody out from the ranks and closing ranks behind them. They may be setting the felon up here for part of this removal or downfall or whatever you like to call it. That's why I say stay out of their way. They are going to tear each other apart like rabid hyenas. Do not get in the way. So, yeah, somebody is getting tossed out of the ranks, and the warmongering ranks are being closed behind them. The ramping up of the rhetoric energy. Oh, no wonder I want to cry. Claiming victory externally. Somebody is going to be shouting victory from the rooftops. And look at this symbol here. We were talking about it here. I know it's not the completed signal. It's almost like the new version symbol. And claiming victory. So somebody's getting shoved out of the ranks, and there's this victory being claimed. Wow. Do not be surprised if there's almost like a overthrow while the orange twerp's in the UK, or strong suggestions thereof, because somebody's going under the bus here. Internally. New opportunity, new plan, new beginning after this victory is pronounced. New birth, new beginning, down in the weeds down here. The symbol up here is about the wealth, the fertility of wealth, the abundance of wealth, a new creation. Now, speaking of wealth, the FDA apparently has ruled that factories no longer have to document their emissions, no longer have to be accountable for what they emit. In other words, have a free-for-all and go for it. I mean, if you don't count it, then there's nothing there type thing. It's the orange twerp during the pandemic. If you don't if you don't test, then you can't. Then there aren't any cases. Yeah, money, 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 money. Hopes and fears. The Ace of Swords. New strategy. However, new legalities perhaps cutting through, something new. Perhaps they fear, whoever is involved in this fears whoever's behind this that's going to get tossed out, fearing legal retribution. I hope they do, but this can also just be a new plan, a new strategy coming forward. Okay, the outcome. Kash Patel, meet you in the halls of Valhalla, citing the fact that neither Kirk nor Patel are going to go there. Norse mythology. It's the Ten of Cups. It is about toasting the ending of the Emperor. It is the Hall of Valhalla. Ending, toasting the memory of the Emperor. The sun. Something being exposed, fully revealed here about treason. Treason and betrayal. Holy crumbs. You've got on the base, you've got the higher authorities. This could be the government. And you've got the judgment card. Judgment being brought forward. Judgment of the government, perhaps. I mean, gee, you had the Kirk incident, and literally within hours, Congress caved and voted not to release the Epstein files. The Hierophant Judgment. Now, the next card is actually my Harris card, and huge new fiery energy coming out. The Independent Female, and something being brought to an untimely end. So I'm going to have a look further into this because whoever wrote this post on Untruth Social is just set the orange twerp up for very public international crimes. I mean, we know he's a crim anyhow, and he's up for international crimes as it is, but let's have a look. International Criminal Court. Okay. Was this post, okay, the taking out of the boats, okay, was the post on Untruth Social stating that the orange twerp ordered, there was no mincing of words here, there was no, I highly suggested, so that's, again, the orange twerp doesn't do that. He never says that he ordered something. He always strongly suggests it. Get rid of that troublesome priest, said King Henry VIII, because the priest refused to annul his marriage is it Catherine of Aragon was the first one? I can't remember. And lo and behold, the priests were offed. The orange twerp never orders something. So was this post that I can just about guarantee was not written nor necessarily authorised by the orange twerp, was this setting him up to be removed? Was this setting him up to be removed? Almost not going to turn it over. Yep. Biggest yes card in the deck. Yippity yep, 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 yep. Yep. Driving it forward. This is also the symbol here is a symbol about time to rise and take action, the symbol on the center of the sun card. So this is signaling that it is, and the orange twerp, I believe, is now out of the country. This is signaling it is time. He might find himself cooed out while he's away. The second card that came out was the Temperance card. This Temperance card here, she looks like she's got something very mysterious that she's up to. It's about alchemy. It's about spinning the story, pouring from cup to create something new. It's not necessarily about moderation or balance. Ooh, boy, oh boy. And aside from the fact it's two yes cards, and then you've got the King of Swords. A strategic action that was taken, potentially that has legal connotations to it, but kings are about externally doing, therefore taking action, and swords are about strategy. They can be about truth, honesty, brutal reality. Can also be about communications, so therefore social media. Yeah, I'm just going to say, yeah, yep. Right, we've got the Two of Pentacles here. I'm just going to do a 3, 2, 1. Two of Pentacles, right, it's been put out there. They're just going to pause for a moment. And then there is going to be some sort of an announcement come forward with the Page of Wands. and then a huge announcement. New plan, huge announcement, fiery, laying waste to what went before. Yep, yepity, yep. Here are those that are the circles of support behind this. A lot of information coming out that is going to entrap. If I go here, you've then got the Lovers card, and then you've got that Six of Pentacles, somebody getting tossed out of the ranks and the ranks closing behind. And who's getting tossed out? The King of Pentacles. Yeah, I do. This is and yes, I know they're red, they'll clear up. Nothing like rubbing soap into your eyes for half an hour to make your eyes a bit red. Yeah. Yep. This is part of the Trump takedown. Oh, I've got my chair sitting there. Let me just push it slightly. There you go. Another chair sitting there. Yeah, this is part of the Trump takedown. I'm just going to draw 3 cards. You know me with 3 cards. Just tell me what we need to know about Shady taking over the Kirk podcast. He's not the permanent takeover. He's got bigger fish to fry. But this is very much I'm just getting the orange twerp's way out of his depth with this one. Not with Kirk. The orange twerp, he thinks his faction's got his back. But if he tries to take on the Vance faction, he's way out of his depth. I think he knows it too. I mean, saying that you're going to take the flags down to half-mast and make a speech at a memorial in 2 weeks' time doesn't have the same clout as sending the plane and your wife holding the hand of the widow and carrying the coffin and taking over the podcast. Half-mast flags, no competition. So show me what we need to know about Vance taking over the podcast. As they flung out everywhere. Right. Bringing down the wrath. In his message, Vance, the opportunity to take the pulpit. Let me just put it that way. To take the pulpit and bring down the wrath of God. I have no idea what he said. I refuse to listen to it. I won't listen to the widow's spiel either. I think she is being sound. I mean, I don't like her, and I know that she is immersed in this ghastly rhetoric, but I think she is being resoundingly used and manipulated while she's in this transition phase. But yeah, yep, this is Shady from the pulpit, bringing down the wrath of God upon anybody who would oppose him. Striding out, strong man, out from the flames, fearless. This is what he's putting out there. His message, it's taking action. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, inflammatory messaging. And he wants the crown on his head. So this is the action card. Oh, far out. And then we've got the King of Swords, another king, strategy, again, action of implementing the strategy. We've got the swords here, which is about social media, podcast, YouTube, you name it. Oh boy, 2 taking action cards. What do we need to know? The 8 of Cups, nimbly taking off while the crusty old dragon is chewing on his dead wood. And everything is changing. The Wheel of Fortune, who was on top is going to find themselves on the bottom, and who was on the bottom is going to find themselves on the top. And Shady could not care less. In fact, he could care less. No, he couldn't care less because he cares so little about human life, about what is right. He is toying with the emotions of the people, but he is corrupt, entertainment only, allegedly to the core, and he really couldn't care. It's like playtime for him, but this malicious, pull the wings off the bug and then watch the bug run around type energy. Oh boy, I do not like this at all. On the base, we've got the Ace of Cups. This is about a new emotional start, playing on the emotions big time. You've got the Knight of Swords charging in with his strategy, and you've got the High Priestess, the hidden agenda. Oh boy. You've then got the Justice card, the Page of Swords, the Whistleblower, the 2 of Wands, which is a plan in the making. You've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is about money trails, but again, working on this opportunity, going through the motions. 2 of Pentacles, acting all innocent here, and then bringing down the Tower. The Tower. Then you've got the Flea card, and you've got the Emperor. Now, Denise Knight, I believe, has a reading out about, is the Orange Twerp going to flee anytime soon? I've always seen that he'll try, but he won't get away with it. Full intention to go. So yeah, okay, so this is the Shady faction. This is the Shady faction making a power play. Just going to put it out there. He has no loyalty to the Orange Twerp, and the Orange Twerp is being outplayed. I'm just putting that out there. This is the factions that we picked up on the other week. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I don't see either of them winning. I see they are pretty much, okay, I'll just have a quick look. Are the factions going to bring about their own demise? This is stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. Are the factions the right factions we're talking about? The Felon, we're talking about Shady, we're talking about Kirk, we're talking about Fuentes, we're talking about, Boys with Proud. All of these, are they going to end up tearing themselves apart? Let's have a look. Oh, please, please, please let it be so. And then that'll do for this reading. Yep. That'll do for this reading, won't it? 10 of Swords. Yeah, absolutely. The Magician and the King of Cups. Secrets being revealed with the Moon. Information coming in from overseas potentially. 2 of Wands, a plan. Oh, it might just be the information about treasonous actions. About the planning or paperwork to do with the treasonous actions. Oh boy. If you go on the base, we've got the Empress, Russia, the Lovers, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. The only thing not there is the Five of Swords. Infighting, conflict, you name it. Russia, partnerships, massive infighting, and I'm just going to say yes. Yep, the factions are going to tear each other apart. Now, who is that King of Cups? It's my Biden card, but I'm going to say that it is reasonable people. A few people suggested it might have been Spencer Cox, being a Cancer, I think he was. I think Musk is also water sign, but it doesn't have that feel. That feels like reasonable people. Now, it was on the side. Stay out of it. Let's leave it there. Love to you all. Take care.